Hi everyone, my name's Cindy Lozikamp and I'm from So Artfully Yours, and today I'm going to talk to you about Angelina Film versus Mylar. We have some samples here I want to show you, and this one, the first one is called Sea Sweeties, and it's from a little packet that I have here called Sea Sweeties, and there are a couple things I want to show you about. This is Angelina Film. Now, Angelina Film comes like this. It comes in 3 packs, which are 4 inches wide, and they are also 1 yard long. And there are 6 of these packs, so here's a couple of them. And then you also, when I was a little girl, I always liked to have the big 64 box of crayons. And so this is the 64 box of crayons as far as Angelina Film. And in this package you get all 18 colors that it comes in, and there's a yard of each one, so that means there's 18 yards. And it's actually, if you bought one of each of the other 6 packs, that would come to around $48. And this one is $39.95, so you basically save $8.05 on the big pack. And I wanted to show you some really fun things here. You can see here this sparkly, I believe, this sparkly area. And I want you to know that this sparkly area is, of course you can see, much bigger than 4 inches. We can just measure that. So how did I work that out? Up here it's no problem, but down there it is. And that is, you can actually bond this together. So I'm going to go ahead and just move this little quilt right on over and let you kind of get a little look at that and see the fun things. And I also wanted to call your attention to the fact that on these little turtles, you know, I'm sure that some of you are familiar with the term Mylar. And Mylar is a product that is made for stuffing Easter baskets and things like this. This right here, this is Angelina Film, and it is made for sewers. It's much thicker than the Mylar, and it will not wash out, and you don't have to cover it with a mass of stitches, because I'm pretty sure you can tell with this one it doesn't have too many stitches. And on that big piece I showed you first, it has just a few straight stitches on it. So it is, you don't have to have a ton of stitches on there in order to be able to use the Angelina Film. Alright, so I'm going to toss this out of the way, just like that, so that I can pull up a couple more here for you. This one is called Angelina Designs, and they're just some cute, just a nice, cool, fun little collection, a pretty little butterfly and flower and things like that on there. And that one is this pattern here, and it's called Angelina Designs 1. And then I've got another one I just think is adorable. This one is called Darling Dinosaurs. And so we're going to look at this one. And these have, also in here, you have the applique feature where you don't have to use the film. You can just do them with regular fabric if you want to, but you do. And they also come in fill designs. And what that means is, like on this little guy here, he has a completely filled in face and I don't know what crest, I guess you'll call that, but they also come in fill designs, and they all come in one package. You don't have to buy one kind and then another kind and then another kind. They all come together. And then I have one last one to show you, and this one is called Mystic Mermaids, and I just think they're adorable. And you can see there, and that pattern, oh, I think I forgot to show you the Darling Dinosaur pattern, but this is the one for this one, and that one's called Mystic Mermaid. And then I'm going to show you, I'm going to lay this quilt down, and then I'm going to go ahead and show you this one. This one's the Darling Dinosaur, which I think I forgot to pull up a moment ago. Now, I want to show you, you probably all know my website by now, but it is sewingart.com. And so that's what you have to go to on the internet. And then when you're looking for the film or my products, you can go to catalog right here. After you pull up our website, you're going to click on catalog, and that's going to bring another drop-down menu, and you're going to click on products. And if you're looking for the film, you're going to look for on products. When that opens up, you'll look for Angelina Film. And then if you want a couple more things that I'm going to talk to you about in just a moment, then you would click on accessories. And so I'm going to take those things and set them off to the side too. And so now what I want to show you is, I mentioned that you have the option of, now you know I tried not to lose things. Here we go. So what I need to show you here is, this is called an Angelina pressing sheet. And I have a gripper mat back here, and I'm going to, the reason I'm using it is because it keeps everything from moving, like your foot control, and you can even put your iron on there, and I'll just show you that. This is a hot iron, and I'm just going to set it down on that. It doesn't hurt it a bit. You could leave it on there for a really long time, and it doesn't hurt anything. So I'm going to go ahead, so they're heat resistant. Now, this is an Angelina pressing sheet. Let me show you the two products. Now, this is where you would want to look on the website. Now, this is the Angelina pressing sheet. That's the one that I'm using now. And then what I'd also like to show you, there, it comes in a small one, but I have to be honest with you. This one is $15.95, this one's $7.95, and this is 1/4 as big as this one. So it's just, I prefer the big one. Yes, I know it's more money, but you get so much more of the sheet. And so so I'm going to set those off to the side, or out in front. And then here is the grippy mat, and it is actually twice as big. Of course I had to drop something. That's my nature. I think that's my trademark, dropping things. But this is 1/2 of a gripper mat. And so let me grab this real quick. There we go. And so this one right here is how it comes. It comes in a roll like this, and it's also $15.95. But the wonderful thing about it is, you don't need it as big as it comes, so I like to cut mine in half and do this, and I get more use out of 2 half-size pieces than I do out of a big piece. So, all right, so now what I want to do here is go ahead and show you something. Now, I have 2 different colors here, and I'm going to overlap them slightly like that. And then I'm going to take my pressing sheet, and I'm going to fold it over like that. And then I've got my iron set to wool, and I'm just going to hold it on there for just about 3 to 4 seconds. And then I'm going to set it off to the side. And then what I'm going to do is open it up. Now, I have to tell you something. I didn't do something right, and I always feel like these are great examples of why you want to wait. Now, I forgot to tell you to let it cool. And when you let it cool, it bonds together, but I didn't. I just immediately, I opened up the pressing sheet. Now, down here, it cooled enough to stay together. But up at the top, it came apart because I didn't let it cool. So now you know, let it cool. And then after it cools, then you can pull the pressing sheet off. And then it's going to be bonded for you, just like that. And so it's a wonderful, wonderful product. And I have to tell you real quick, my mom was in the nursing home, and they did her laundry for her, and I made her all kinds of pretty shirts. And the thing is with her is that they washed them with all the other laundry. And in the hot washers and the hot dryers, they dried them in there, and they used all those heavy soaps to get things clean and everything. And you know, her shirts still looked as pretty when she passed on to as they did the day I made them. So this stuff does not fall apart. And my husband always likes to say, well, you know, if they can't destroy them, nobody can destroy them. So I feel good about that. So what I'm going to do now is I want to show you a couple more things. I'm going to take a couple of pieces of fabric here, and I have a piece of red and a piece of yellow, and I want to show you something here. As soon as I locate the little piece, okay, here it is, right here. Okay, I think I'll take the pressing sheet off, and then my fabrics won't slide around. All right, and I'm going to lay a couple of pieces over this. I found out that you could actually kind of dye Angelina film, and what that means is if you look at it on the yellow, and then you look at it on the red, you can see they look really a lot different in color. And I'm going to get a pink piece here, and we're going to do the same thing. And this one is the pink. It actually looks pinker on the yellow piece, and then on the red piece it looks red then. So I just wanted you to see, you can play around and you can actually get different colors by adding a different fabric underneath there. All right, so we'll toss those out of the way. And one other thing I wanted to talk to you about on whenever you get these is that they have little bitty numbers on the rolls, and what you do, you're going to find out that you like some better than others. And so what to do is take your pieces and unroll them and then pin them together at the top, keeping your little number at the top. And then you have all your pieces strung out like this using a bulldog clip or a clippy. And then what you want to do is, as you use up one, and you can see probably that I've used some more than others, and those you can order separately from our website. And so anyway, so I'm going to let that go, and but I just love passing on little tips like that for you. Okay, so now what I want to do is to go ahead and show you. I want to talk to you real quick about one last thing about the Mylar. This is an actual piece of Mylar, and I'm pretty sure you probably can't hear how different it is, but it is very, very lightweight, and the Angelina film is much, much heavier. And so I'll crunch them, but that one is the film, and this one is the Angelina. This one is the Angelina film, and this one's the Mylar. And I have to say, it's like 1/3 or 1/4 as heavy as the Angelina film. So this one holds up so beautifully in the washer and the dryer. All right, I'm going to stop for now, and I just want to thank you very much for watching my little quick video on Angelina film, and I'm hoping I've inspired you to try it in some of your embroideries or in your regular sewing. So thank you so much for watching. Bye-bye.